is Jessica Balbarana. I'm a student from EC 531 and I'm going to I'm creating this video for my finals requirement in subject CPE laws and professional practice. We were given a task to read the case and answer the following question. First, what is the case all about? Second, um, what are the facts of the case? Third, what are the issues on the case? Fourth, what is the ruling of the Supreme Court? And last, what are your takeaways on the case? Before anything, or before I answer the following question, I would like to make a formal disclaimer that this video is for educational purposes only. We were just asked to make a case study about the case and answer the following question. I would say it's not intentional, it's just for educational purposes. Uh, so the case is titled, the case is Christian Cadajas, alias Capitas, the petitioner versus people of the Philippines, respondent. So I also like to verify that I have here my notes. And please allow me to read my notes here since these are questions and I just take the notes of my possible answer questions in the case. So what is the case all about? So the case is about the criminal liability of Christian Cadajas. And as far as I know, why is pronounced as yes or Cabias or for producing, processing, and using sexually explicit image um, and videos of a minor through electronic devices, and whether his claim of romantic relationship and the minor's supposed consent can exempt him from liability under the Anti-Child Pornography Act of 2009, the Republic Act 9775, in relation to the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2000 law, or the Republic Act 10175. The case also discusses the nature of child pornography as a crime and the state's duty to protect children from sexual. So, based from this case that I read, Christian Cadajas is a 24 years old around that time, and the girl named or they nicknamed it or called it as Triple A is 14 years old. So, based from what I read, um, Triple A is a student, and Christian Cadajas is working on a canteen where they met, and the younger sibling of Triple A told Christian Cadajas that Triple A has a crush on him. Then they exchange messages through Messenger, Facebook Messenger, using electronic devices, and that's how the relationship started. Even though Christian Cadajas is aware of the girl or the triple A, the minor is still 14 years old or still a minor, they still continue the relationship. And after that, Christian Cadajas requested the triple A to send a photo of her private parts, which is against the law. So, mother of triple A saw their conversation, and the mother asked Kadahas to stay away from her daughter since her daughter is minor, 20 years old. But they still continue the relationship, and the mother took action because she wanted to protect her daughter. So the next question is, what are relationship with the girl who was a minor at the time. During the relationship, he took recorded and stored sexually explicit photographs and videos of the child using electronic devices, just like what I told earlier, how I summarized the case or what happened, what with Kagahas. So these files were later discovered and were found to fall within the definition of child pornography under Republic Act 9775. As a result, he was charged for violation of the Anti-Child Pornography Act in relation to Cybercrime Prevention Act because the acts were committed through information and communication technology. So, in his defense, the accused claimed that the minor voluntarily posed for the photos and the videos, that they were in a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship. He argued that there is no exploitation because the acts were allegedly done with the consent of the child, invoking safeguard defense. Uh, then that's just a bit of fun. But in addition to that, other facts about that case, as far as I remember, uh, the girl didn't actually want to. She just tries to please his boyfriend. But then Christian argued to send photo. So third question is, what are the issues of the case? It was resolved by the Supreme Court's word has four, based on my understanding of the case. Whether a romantic relationship and so-called sweetheart defense can absolve the accused from liability of child pornography. A second, whether the consent of a minor can legalize the production and possession of sexually explicit image and use of a child. Uh, um, Third, whether the acts punished under Republic Act 9775 are crimes mala say or barely mala prohibita. And lastly, whether the crime use of electronic and digital devices brings the offense under the application of Cybercrime Prevention Act. So the fourth question is, what is the ruling of the Supreme Court? The Supreme Court ruled that the sweetheart defense and alleged consent the minor are immaterial in child pornography cases. The child is legally incapable of giving valid consent to the creation, possession, or recording of sexual explicit material. The court held that child pornography is a crime, malay, say, or I don't know how to pronounce it, sorry, because it is inherently wrong and gravely violates the dignity and welfare of children. The court further ruled that the clear legislative intent of Republic Act 9775 to give absolute protection to child from all forms of sexual exploitation, whether committed publicly or privately, and regardless of relationship between the offender and the victim. Since the offense was committed through information and communication technology, the accused was found guilty beyond reasonable doubt under the Republic Act 10175 in relation to Republic of 9775 and was sentenced to reclusion perpetua. So the last question is, what are your takeaways from this case? So the case tests the law placed the best interests of the child above all personal relationship and love, intimacy, or boyfriend-girlfriend relationship cannot justify acts that sexual exploitation a minor. A child's consent has no in crimes involving sexual abuse and exploitation because children are entitled to special protection from abuse. It also highlights that child pornography is not a mere technical violation, but inherently evil act that causes technology is evolving. It has a lot of platforms where you can call, video, text in person. We should really